promises to be an epic. Here is Sean Fitzpatrick. Today his 20th test match as captain. Only Wilson Miniray has captained New Zealand in more internationals. Today's referee is from Belfast in Northern Ireland. He controlled the first test. His 9th international today, Brian Sterling. Here's the only Wellingtonian in the game as referee Brian Sterling whistles to begin. And Zimzan makes a great start for New Zealand with a catch and a thump parallel to the touchline. And that's just what the crowd wanted to see. And the fans and Ferns both again. And Brook tests his kicking ability again. And now James Small to touch, and that's a much better effort from James Small. With me today in the commentary once again, former All Black coach John le Roux.
Good start to the All Blacks with the Brook brothers starting well. Robin Brook winning the take, and then Zimzan Brook putting the pressure on the South Africans. Robin Brook, an important player for the All Blacks today. Will he be short of a run?
Sean Fitzpatrick, New Zealand's captain. The referee sorting out the gaps between the lineouts at this early stage. The second test, live from Athletic Park, Wellington, New Zealand. Brook went high. Graham Basher out to his brothers. Two sets of brothers in the New Zealand team today. You saw a great punch there at second 5-8. Basher to Howard front from fullback early on. It's on the floor. The referee has slapped them forward in with those coming back on the New Zealand side. Let's go to Stu Wilson, former All Black captain, on the sideline.
Well, Keith, the All Blacks are run up in the series. They need to win this one just to take the series alive. And so, really, they just have to look at their error rate to play simple, constructive rugby and take the opportunities they create.
New Zealand won the first test by 22 points to 14 at Carisbrook in Dunedin a fortnight ago. You can see it's a slightly soft ground and a cool afternoon.
Had a big start to the game too. Keith, he went into that first ruck and he had some sharp words to an All Black forward who he alleged took him into the ruck at the start of the game, and now he's really trying to sort this Scrum out.
Johan le Roux is number 9 for South Africa. There's their 22. And back to Johan le Roux, and his first touch is a kick today. John Kerwin coming back. They've got the win in the first half, although it's not strong. Johan le Roux, one of the stars of the tour so far for the South Africans.
Excellent kick from le Roux. He's a player that's got more and more confidence on this tour, and I think if he starts running today, he could be a real danger in the game.
Now this man had a difficult time in the first test in Dunedin. It was away to a good start there with a quick response to Johan le Roux. Richard Lowe at the front, then Robin Brook. Cooks here. Rickster's got it for South Africa. He's number 8. Steve Atherton's gone back. He's number 5. 22 metres line up top left. South African backs. Yummy ball that touches in 10th football for the first time. There it is again. No scrum half.
Well, I find that a strange decision. The referee actually called the ball is out, and Robin Brook went to play it, and he's now penalised him. I find it a strange decision indeed.
He said, John, that you lay over the top. We'll see that happen.
Strong run here from Yafi Mulder. He did well to win the ball here. The All Blacks, the Africans are there. There's no halfback. He says here the ball is out, and I can't see what Robin Brook then did to interfere with anything. He went to get the ball.
Robin Brook, 27 years of age. His 11th test today. Back in the team for Ian Jones. Teo van Rensburg, the South African goal kicker this afternoon, and the leading point scorer on tour. Kicks off. 6 minutes gone in the second test on a grey afternoon in Wellington. Adrian Richter is number 8. Number 7 there in the green is Francois Pienaar. Number 1, Guy Kibble. Number 4 is Mark Andrews. Pienaar hasn't played a major match since the concussion on this ground 3.5 weeks ago, but he played the midweek game up in Manawatu. Johan Roux. John Timmel. The left wing. Tackled by Alan the hooker.
Brilliant take from John Timmel. And a counter-attack. He showed his skill there. He took a very difficult catch and took the ball back to the Africans. The lineouts are really a problem for the referee at the moment. Both sides failing to give him the gap. And there's a lot of talk going on and sorting that out.
He's telling each of those players individually to move like a parade ground sergeant major. Basher. Using him for the crash ball, taking it up. Suzanne Brook. Supported by his captain at the 22. Shot flying in at the corner, and that's done New Zealand's nervousness about this test match a whole heap of good. John Timmel.
And the All Blacks showing here that if they keep the ball on their hands, they can be really dangerous today.
Shane Howard from Auckland, 17 points in the first test match. So Howard misses the kick on the try by Timu. It's 5 points to 3, New Zealand lead, 11 minutes gone in the game. Watch for the jump this time from Robert Brook. What a beautiful leap, like a NBA basketballer. Steve Atherton at the 22-metre line into Mark Andrews. South Africa has le Roux. Yapping over. Did he take it in the right line? Midfield. 10 metres out. Brendan Pinto. Deep into the end goal. Restart at the 22.
I don't think Brendan Pinto would be too happy with himself there. The kick wasn't on, he kicked it deep. Got to keep the ball in the hands. The kickoff was won well by Brook, but not controlled. And South Africa won it from there and put the pressure on Yapi Mulder, showing his strength.
The two New Zealand locks, Cooksley and Robin Brook.
Kickoff's an important part of the game.
Well, they've taken a whole lot of lessons from seven-a-side rugby with passes like that along the 22-metre line. And I guess they're trying to bring a bit of speed against the South Africans.
Well, I'm sure, Keith, that that's what they've got to do, because the South Africans are not quick reactors, are they? And I think all those sorts of things are the way to attack the South African side.
John Allen.
Get up! Get up!
One World of Sport bringing you this telecast today. We're going out through Mnet in South Africa, Channel 10 in Australia, Canal Plus in France, B-Sky B in Britain, and the Star Network originating in Hong Kong and going right throughout Asia. A huge audience watching these pictures, and also through the Pacific today. We welcome all our viewers. Timu. Playing Basham. Fitzpatrick into Johan le Roux. Mike Brewer. Nice pass straight to Iramia. Going a bit backwards here, but it's a mix. The time now. And Van Rensburg touches down.
Magnificent kick from Zinzan Brook. This game already, again, he's showing all the skills that he did in his last two tests. He really is showing the ability to take pressure and recreate.
Le Roux with the wind slightly behind him. Not much breeze in Wellington today. Now Robin Brook doing the same as his brother did. The big pass, close pass. They certainly are playing the game at high clip, a high speed. A chance for New Zealand again. A big line up to the left. There's Olo Brown. A lot been said about him in the build-up to this game. Larson. Basham. Lost forward.
Well, it will be a try if they would have gone big, and I think maybe one player too many. They could have scored. The All Blacks really on fire at the moment.
John, it's good to see the All Blacks, when they're running out of options, are going to the middle of the field and linking up with the big boys to set up another ruck.
Free kick against the New Zealand front row for twisting the scrum, according to referee Brian Sterling. He says, a steady scrum. Van Rensburg, the fullback. He played in the first test against Australia last year, severely injured his knee and had to go home, and hasn't played a test since then.
The All Blacks have called a short line out here, 5 men in.
Andrews. Roux using the breeze. Howard.
It's a good kick by Johan Roux. Had a very disappointing test in Dunedin, but he certainly started a lot more accurately here today.
His third test match.
I must say the referee does a lot of talking at line-out time. Wish we'd just get the ball in and get the game started.
Mark Andrews, who does so much of South Africa's line-out work. Like that, for instance. Roux, le Roux, Venter, Strauss, Mulder. Chester Williams for the first time. Lovely footwork. And James Small, his mate, was with him.
Excellent tackle from Eremia to snap it out then. Good movement from the South Africans. They did a double in midfield and created the space for Chester Williams. But Eremia in cover. A superb tackle.
Tried to Timu. A penalty to Ferns, 5-3. The meeting of the front row club. Richard Lowe waltzes with Johan le Roux. Well, they've been dancing partners before.
Certainly got to know each other well in Harrisbrook.
Kebble against Brown on the near side.
Reasonably strongly in this game. There's talk about Kebble being too much for him. I'm not so sure I'd agree at the start of this game.
So there's the big arm of Brown. Now he probably has rolled that sleeve up to stop the opposite prop Kebble from pulling on the sleeve, on the material. We'll watch that. Well, lovely throw, but was a strap. John Allen's gone and he get it and takes it away towards the 22. South Africans, I feel, have settled down a bit in the last few minutes. Venter, James Small. The tackle was Brewer. No, it was Bishop. South African fans up in the stands are happy with that decision. A hindmost foot job.
That's what he's ruled. He's ruled that they didn't come in from the hindmost foot, but I think the All Blacks were a bit upset. If you watch James Small goes down well, watch Johan Roux, the way he jumps into the action there. But definitely, I guess you've got to be right that he has not come from behind the hindmost foot to take the ball, so the penalty is probably right.
Kebble has just been spoken to by referee Sterling. These two teams met on Athletic Park. It was South Africa 24 and New Zealand 12. And we saw a goal kicking display that day by Niles Bolton worth 20 points to South Africa.
Shane Houghton, I thought he was inside his 22 there, but the support from Mike Brewer was solid. But the kick from Johan Roux was also very, very well placed from the ruck.
Good pass from Bishop to Bishop. Small, big ball to the centre. Ferns will let it go to the black side. Larson, Graham Bishop into the corner. And Fernsberg.
Well, great chasing by Frank Bates.
A scrum forward.
there was also, John, a considerable amount of green jerseys offside, so it could have gone both ways.
Well, interesting, the South Africans started that scrum with 7 men in, and the guy Keppel, in my view, was having real trouble holding his side up.
Now the kick, it all came from Ferns taking it back across his line, and the long discussion between the referee and the touch judge about whether he did or he didn't. The touch judge suggested that it should have been a 22. The referee overruled it. Here's Howard. Across the front. So le Roux did kick out. Richard Lowe was spoken to by the referee after the try was scored. The South Africa have to look up as though they'd settled down. Wasn't carried over on that. Let's look at this shell replay. You see it bouncing towards the corner. And let's see where the hands are for Rensburg. Well, it was carried over. Good call by referee Sterling.
Excellent call by the referee.
2 tries to the All Blacks, none to the Springboks. Van Rensburg, small. Williams is across.
James Small, one of the crowd's favourites today whenever he gets the ball. He's a very aggressive character, ran strongly there. 2 tries to the All Blacks. Chester Williams getting across on the other side. Both these wings work together well.
Still trying on their backs. Le Roux in the double, caught by Irumia. Pienaar there. And over up here. Williams didn't take it. Kerwin. Steve Bassett was gone. Adrian Richter. He's going to run it towards the touchline. Good hit by Fitzpatrick. Johan le Roux. It's got this one coming. Good backing up by Timo.
Well, the South Africans are making some basic and fundamental errors, and that's a pressure of Test match rugby. Adrian Richter did exactly what Theo Van Rensburg did earlier and tried to run it out from a position he should not have. We have someone down over here, one of the All Blacks.
Graham Bassett.
Once again, a big tackle made by the All Blacks on Chester Williams. The ball went free, came to this fellow, and he kicked it 50 yards downfield from where the All Blacks have gained their attacking position.
Graham Bassett hasn't had a test match here on Athletic Park for 4 years. He's made his mark already. Stu Forster, as a precaution, coming down out of the stands to warm up. He's the replacement scrum half. Francois Pienaar, 10 points to 6. The side has conceded 2 tries. What a thrilling passage of play that was to go back to this line-out. Well, they were pushing the South African jumpers. 24 minutes gone first half. What about the lifting on the man in the front? It was horrendous.
South Africa, I think, struggling with the pace of Test match rugby. Just not quite getting there in the numbers, making mistakes under pressure.
That was what they said about South Africa, John, when they first came back in 1992, that they couldn't cope with the speed. Tian Strauss. Henny le Roux caught by Graham Bassett, who rides in piggyback. Johan le Roux, Fender, Mulder, Richter, Williams. Excellent tackle, Shane Howard. All Blacks are saying they let it go. 2 before in midfield from this guy, John, the man they said could never defend. A lot of pressure put on Oliver Brown during the week, including from his own coach. When the team was announced, he said he wanted the work rate of the prop boards lifted. And so Brown working pretty hard here today. Low in the front in the New Zealand lineup, then Robin Brook, then Brown, then Cooks. Larson, the brothers. Intermere, Kerwin. Frank Bunce. Basham. Timu. Graham Basham. It's gone on the south hand side, Andrews. Le Roux, flat backs. Atherton. Close to the touchline, a bit crowded. Richter, he's roaming wide today from Rensburg. They're 25 metres out. Touch judge is Peter Marshall from Australia.
There's a lot of play off the ball when the ball's being moved. Both sides are doing a lot of jersey pulling, and James Moore wasn't too happy there.
South African coach Ian McIntosh sitting in the stands.
South Africans winning ball, but too flat, unable to pierce the defence because they're so flat and not able to clear space.
That's the 22-metre line. Tremendous cheering for the home team from the capacity crowd. They went through and disrupted the jump. Mark Andrews and Steve Atherton, 4 and 5. The main jumpers for South Africa, short line out. Hooked down by Cooksley. Brook away to Brook. The first time two sets of brothers have played in a New Zealand team since 1961. There's one of the other brothers.
Stephen Bishop, he's done well. He has read the fact that the South Africans were flat and he's kicked in behind. Robin Brook, meanwhile, has taken a heavy knock in that tackle. Zinzan Brook has taken a heavy knock in that tackle in the midfield.
It's going to take a moment to recover here. Zinzan Brook. Stu Wilson's on the sideline. How are you enjoying it, Stu? It's a tough struggle.
Well, the All Blacks are more accurate in what they're doing today, particularly in the technical kicking department. I'll back what John Hart has just said. Stephen Basham and Graham Basham, they're good doing the kicking. They know exactly what to do. Have a look at this big hit here. I don't think Zinni should have really done the dummy pass in that situation. He had Alama Uramir on the outside, took a knock. We just seem to be a little bit more organised today, John.
Oh, far more, a lot more accurate, a lot more intense, and I think the side are playing very well at the moment. They've just got to keep the pressure on.
Half an hour gone in the second test match on One World of Sport from Athletic Park in Wellington. Very good kick by Penny Le Roux.
I think the interesting thing in the Jamie Joseph warming up with Zinzan taking that knock, the interesting thing in the kicking tactics is that I think the Africans are sadly lacking a tactical judgment of the short kick when they're winning ball and putting it in behind the All Blacks. They're trying to run it and are not being successful.
They stand very flat in their backline formation, John, don't they? Which means they must do a lot more kicking.
I agree, and that's what I think they're going to have to do to turn the All Black backline.
Robin Brook pulling that one in, and now the drive is on. Attack kick, well taken by Zinzan Brook. Johan le Roux hit him by the jersey before he took the return pass, and the referee has caught that. So that was seen
here.
This is Walter Little, the reserve back for the New Zealand team.
Both the Bishop boys, I think, are really putting in top performances at the moment. They're controlling the game very well.
Short line up, Richard Lowe taking it forward.
Yeah, I don't think that was the greatest body position that Richard Lowe's taken up in his life. Might have been a little bit high, should have gone a bit lower. It's a perfect spot just to the left of the upright.
Certainly exposing the Africans, but aren't they, when they are taking the game to them, the Africans are really struggling in the middle of their ups and walls.
Big success as a captain last year. Francois Pienaar captained Transvaal to 4 different trophy wins. There's the territory. South Africa have been on attack slightly more. That's against Olo Brown for being incorrectly bound.
That's the interesting statistic at the moment, that the New Zealand team has got the possession domination.
Olo Brown, 105 kilograms, his 15th test match this afternoon, made his debut on this ground against Ireland in 1992.
Started strongly today, Keith, hasn't he? He's done very well at the line-out and around the field.
Robin Brook, yes he has. Blair Larson. A big tap. Stephen Bishop goes through. Adrian Richter. Henny le Roux. Brendan Fenton. Yapi Mulder. Van Rensburger. It hit Kerwin on the heel. Halfway line.
There's no quarter being asked and there's none being given. It's a very hard battle up front.
Well, Zinzan Brook will have to lead the field, but for Blood, here he is right here in the foreground. Larson's holding his hand. He had that injured in training. And he has a gash behind his ear on the other side of his face. There's his brother having a chat with him. Jamie Joseph, I think he's going to have to come down and warm up. Yes, he's off to the blood bed. Jamie Joseph will come into the test match. Heading towards half time. We've got about 5 minutes to play. 2 tries, ahead of 2 penalties at the moment. Adrian Richter. Jan Strauss. Number 3 is Johan le Roux. Mark Andrews. Pienaar and Brewer, the 2 number 7s. And kicked forward of Allen's boot to the All Black backs. Robin Brook. Olo Brown, and that gets her off in the crowd. They've been reading the papers, hearing about the pressure that's been put on him. Bishop, Cooksley. So Jamie Joseph, number 21, comes onto the field. Zinzan Brook has been in the wars and is getting it seen to.
The Africans are missing a lot of tackles today. It's a big difference between the 2 teams. One team's making them, one's not.
Small chasing through on Timu.
Roux is using that kick to good effect, Keith, isn't he? Putting it high, and he's getting it near the touchline. A bit of rain starting to run into us at the moment.
Two tries, Leeds, 2 penalties. 4 minutes to go till half-time at Athletic Park. Joseph is back off the field. Well, Andrews felt he was charged there. And that dummy pass and the dummy kick by Zinsandbrook. Stephen Basham to Alama Illamir. Steve Basham. Richard Lowe. Halfway line. Quick tap taken. Steve Basham. Robin Rook. Rook to the tackler.
That's good play. Excellent play by the All Blacks. Good support play. That was one of the areas which Laurie Mains wanted the team to improve on today.
Bishop does it well here. He gets into space. He actually makes a step and then turns to look for the support. Robin Brook goes on well, goes to the ground. The Brooks are taken out, but the mistake is made at the back of the ruck. He's a rule that has been knocked on earlier.
That's one area the All Blacks have to be very cautious of, is not getting isolated when they are with the ball in hand, because the South Africans will wrap them up and get the ball.
Before this game today, the weather forecasters were picking that the game could be played in driving southerly wind, but it hasn't. Well, Wilson, right near the line. Atherton puts it down. Scrum 5. Another chance for another pushover.
The All Blacks are really putting the pressure on. An African scrum under a bit of pressure. Johan le Roux caught him behind. The ball dropped and Bishop's through. Taken on by Zinsandbrook. Lee Larson. Right on half-time. This is a vital scrum for the All Blacks.
It's a vital scrum for the outcome of the game. Look at that. Push forward by New Zealand.
Keith, I think you'll see at this scrum, Adrian Richter, he will stay on at the number 8 position. I don't think he'll drop off.
Let's look at the back of Olo Brown. Yep, you can have a cup of tea off the back there. He's holding well today as they all get prop forward. The South Africans are really struggling here.
I think he could have let the play go on a little bit longer than that. No, the All Black scrum was on the roll.
John Kerwin taking a position right at the touchline. That could have been that old move from the 70s where they kick it right across the field. South Africa have this half to save their tour. Some jersey pulling back at the mall there. Richter. Nicely picked up by Johan le Roux. What does the referee say? Penalty kick against, maybe against the New Zealand captain for jersey pulling. No, offside.
I think he's penalised one of the forwards here, maybe Olo Brown, for picking up the ball at what he says an offside position.
6 penalties to 5 penalties plus 2 free kicks. The rain is quite strong now. This could be the start of the southerly front they said was going to howl in. It's very cold in Wellington today, less than 10 degrees. And there is the look south, and it's a lot bleaker than we could see directly into Cook Strait at the start of the game. That's the Millard stand. And the wind howls up that valley when it comes in from the south, and believe me, this could be quite a test for anyone playing rugby, and therefore kicking into the wind, as Van Rensburg will do here, will be a real thump, even though he's only 25 metres out.
Sean Fitzpatrick is claiming he's been bitten by a South African. He's not happy at all.
He's claiming he's been bitten. I didn't hear that. Well, about the same part of the field against Ireland. He had his teeth knocked out, remember?
Now someone's got a flop in over the top.
Look at that over on the left-hand side of the field.
It's Mr. le Roux.
The place to look at is the left-hand side of this picture. Look at Johan le Roux. That is a disgrace. And Fitzpatrick has every right to be indignant.
Well, I'm sure you'll see more of that after the game. I'm sure that one will be brought up because if it was a fight, it was an act that doesn't deserve to stay on the football field.
Well, I think that the viewers at home have seen that. The people here in the stands do not know what that was all about.
This is the time, though, when Sean Fitzpatrick has just got to take that situation, let the referees and the administration sort it out, and get in and start focusing on the game to winning the test.
Here's le Roux, the man in question. Le Roux, Fenter, Mulder, Fitzpatrick trying to rip the ball from him. A good position here for South Africa. John Allen. Richard Lowe takes him down. Fender strong. Take here by South Africa. They're only 5 minutes out. And Basham kicks it away.
South Africa, to me, just don't have the variety. They are too flat on attack. They've got nowhere to go when they won ball 15 yards out from the line. Fenter in it twice, just not knowing what to do. I really think the Africans are struggling. And Le Roux has cocked up whatever he said or has done. He's been penalised and marched, and his team aren't happy with him.
There's the manager, Yanni Engelbrecht, one of the great South African players. Pienaar has been spoken to by the referee.
He's asked the All Blacks not to get involved in sledging. I thought that was a cricket term.
It was a cricket term. It's crept its way into rugby union. And I think that number 3, Johan le Roux, is in very big trouble.
I don't think you'll see him in many more games on this tour.
And it'll be a lot better place if that happens. 10 points to 6. New Zealand lead. And there's going to be a shot at goal for New Zealand. And let's look back at the distance for Shane Howard. It's about 40 metres out and the wind is behind him.
Pienaar getting frustrated. His team are making mistakes under pressure.
John, when South Africa were hammering away at the New Zealand goal line, some of these tackles that the All Blacks are pulling off, even the big boys like Mark Cooksley taking guys out, Zinzanbrook outstanding in the tackle department today. And really that's the best that South Africa can throw at the All Blacks, and they can take it away from that. Then really they haven't got a lot in their armoury, have they?
I agree. They really are struggling to break the line. The All Black defence has been outstanding, and you picked it right. Zinzanbrook has been awesome.
Of play, second half. It's a 7-point gap.
Well, the All Blacks needed that penalty without a doubt. I think the one just before half-time where they elected to go for the scrum might have been a very, very crucial decision.
Chester Williams. 22-metre line. Gian Strauss. Mike Brewer tips him over. 22. Johan Roux finds Francois Pienaar. Henny le Roux, Richter a good short pass, well blocked by Bunce number 13. A line up to the left. Victor! I think the try went Mulder and Bishop. Yapi Mulder.
Well, we've heard picture marks about Stephen Bishop's defence. I'd suggest if you go back and back play, it was he who made a very big tackle on the South Africans that spilled the ball and caused them to get out.
To 6 to New Zealand. The South Africans are still within striking distance. A 7-pointer, of course, will tie the game up. Well, that's an interesting call. Man went over the top there, scored the referee Sterling.
Brendan Penter has had words with the referee on 2 occasions now, complaining that the All Black backs are offside at ruck time. But I suggest that he has a look at his formation. That's the problem for the Springboks.
Keith, did you count how many South African heads were down just when watching that kick out? I mean, half the team weren't even looking.
Yeah, they're down, but not out, I suppose, but they certainly are down, demoralised at the moment. And yet the score is such that they're close enough to be right in it if they could score from here. And here they go, chance again. Venter. Johan le Roux, it's 15 metres out. Johan Roux, a big lineup. The big hit That was Bunce on Mulder. Another big stop. And Mark Andrews been spoken to by the referee and heads back now.
An excellent tackle by Frank Bunce there. He really hit the midfield, but honestly, the play of the South African backs, they had to miss a man. You could see Bunce coming up, and they threw it straight to the player that Bunce had in his sights.
John, they had plenty of men out there. Just quick hands would have got it through.
I don't think they're using the miss effectively when they are so flat, and that's what they're going to have to do.
Cooksley went high. The kick went high. Williams is going to jump high. Chester Williams ran into Robin Rook. Rook ball for South Africa. Le Roux, Venter, Le Roux on the left. And Frank Bunce hooked it back with his hand.
I think Frank was thinking he might not get caught, but unfortunately the referee looked over the ruck and corner.
Tap kick. Atherton. Not 10 minutes back, New Zealand. Richard Lowe's gone back to make it.
The Africans seem to me to be just lacking in ideas at the moment. Look, their heads are down, they're struggling. It's a good kick to touch. But just watching when they took that tap kick, they certainly weren't going for the 10 yards. They had nothing on at all. The pace has got them. Look at them going towards this line out. There's not a lot of spring in the step.
Andrews high. Referee was down to see if it was lifted, but he didn't call it. Australian team.
Not sure Ian McIntosh was too happy with the referee there.
15 minutes gone, second half. New Zealand 13, South Africa 6. I think it's important here, John, that if there's going to be trouble after the conclusion of this game and everybody has a look at the videotapes, it's important that New Zealand keep their heads here. There's the high ball. Not a good one, though. Iramia. Bishop. Van Rensburg at halfway. The rain has stopped now. He took the tackle. I think Williams was pretty clear, though there were men ahead of him on the left. The South Africans are mauling this one. Andrews number 4. Richard Lowe in there with Atherton. Off the floor nicely. Gian Strauss, Mulder, Richter, Small. Richter. Fernsberg. Just tipped out over the sideline.
I think the crowd were cheering in that day that Van Rensburg should have been penalised for not letting the ball go, but he got to his feet. I'm sure he got to his feet. Small does well, so does Richter backing up. And it's here Van Rensburg, who he wasn't held in the tackle. He's thrown the ball off the ground. And Johan le Roux has had a crack, but Johan Roux had not got through. Better play, however, from South Africa.
Number 9 to the left was one pace away from a try. That will be a South African scrum here. Now here's a chance for them to show what they're like, scrummaging on attack. The battle-scarred face of Zinzanbrook. Penalty kick for kicking through the scrum.
No, I think he penalised them for coming up in the front of a scrum. I can't believe that decision. It would have been real, I think. Bishop did kick at the ball and he's not allowed to do that, but he didn't penalise that. He said coming up at the scrum. Just watch it here. See, he said that he's watched the All Blacks coming up. So he's gone back. He didn't signal when Bishop went through, and he signals you came up. Well, I don't know what they're expected to do.
Here's the angle. Remember that previous kick by Van Rensburg curled away outside the left-hand upright.
Vital kick in the context of this rugby match. differences today in the tackle, aren't there? I mean, the South Africans trying to run the ball out without numbers and are taking the tackle.
Was there green arms around this thing now? Is that what he's talking about?
That's what he said, although it looks to be a lot of black arms.
Oh, no, there's one there.
There's one coming in.
Yeah.
But I think the key factor just on that last replay, look at the possession, it's 50-50. But once again, the Africans tried to run it out and Bunce made a very big tackle. And the Africans don't have enough support to take on an All Black side that's tackling so well. Territory slightly in favour of South Africa.
Francois Pienaar knows this is a vital kick. At the three-quarter mark in the game, Shane Howard trying to kick New Zealand out past the 7-point cushion. So South Africa still with its striking distance. That's a feeble kick by the Brisbane. And another drop kick attempt. It's inside Brook. I don't believe it. We're seeing all sorts of crazy kicks. Ripped it off the side of his boot. Howard coming in short. Sets out Brook twice, drop kicking for goal.
Just take the All Blacks are aware that the score reads only 13-6. What I've seen with South Africa in about the last 10 minutes, they are capable of scoring tries, as we saw with Johan le Roux nearly going close. So we really do need to capitalise on these scoring opportunities.
James Small. Right across the park. It's clear vision now, no rain. It's dried up. It's as bright as it's been all afternoon in terms of the weather. James Small.
And if anything, the wind has absolutely dropped and we have the touch judge in here.
The touch judge is Wayne Erickson from Australia, talking to Brian Sterling.
Say this is against the All Black number 4, who is penalising or is reprimanding for an elbow jolt.
So there's Brian Sterling talking to the players. Hey, what's the penalty way back? Referee said you have a penalty right back with the line
Way back.
Boy, that's a long way back.
And he's taken the penalty back. And Pienaar has shown pretty good captaincy, I'd say, because he said if we kick it to touch, we will at least get the throw in, which we didn't have in the other place. That's as long as it finds touch, which it doesn't.
Suzanne Brook to Johan le Roux. So there's the difference there, because now it'll be New Zealand's throw in.
Ian McIntosh will be disappointed with that punt to touch. It was a poor kick. They made no advantage from taking that penalty.
So the pride of the Springboks is on the line this afternoon. If they drop this game in the 3-test series, it's New Zealand 2 up and unbeatable. 13-6 inside the last quarter. Fenton on Bunce. Wiramia.
This is where I'd like to see Kerwin given the ball and given a chance.
Referees awarded a penalty. Back upfield. Offside play. No advantage. Penalty black. Let's look at this. You read it well, John.
Well, I think there is room up the blind side with Kerwin, and unfortunately keep his feet. He did excellently to slip it inside to Larson. That's what you want from a blindside flanker. You want the support, but you've got to have the catch as well. But here's a very kickable penalty for Shane Howard, and that'll take the All Blacks out to a 10-point lead.
14 minutes left in the Test match. So once again, Howard trying to kick New Zealand out into a safer situation. Just one successful kick today for Shane Howard. 13 points to 6 it stands. Kimmel number 1.
Well, actually, an aimless kick from Johan le Roux has ended up giving an advantage because Shane Howard has made a mistake and not able to capitalise on the ability to clear. So that we're going to have to score.
Allen pitches it towards Atherton. Johan Roux. Richter's done a lot of running for the South Africans today. Le Roux. Clamped by Larson. Referee's got his hand out. Steve Basham. Good clearance to touch.
I think he's claiming that he stepped back into the 22.
Wayne Erickson, the touch judge.
To be honest, the referee judged that it was okay. Let's have a look. Hard to see, you couldn't actually see the ball. But it certainly didn't kick it from in front of the 22.
Wayne Erickson is the touch judge from Australia. Johan Roux. South Africa are still within striking distance of scoring a try. If the goal was to go, it would be 30 all. Roux, Andrews, running into Zimzan-Brook. Venter, Williams, from Richmond, Small. Tino and Butts. Chester Williams, Butts again. 5 minutes to go.
Excellent All Black defence. Splendid defence.
So the referee is trying to touch that
Yes, I think it turns out to be
Wide moves SL22. Number
could
10
be a
back.
penalty and close to front of the post.
Stephen
Stephen Bassett for a late tackle. Right out in front of the post.
So where is he going to position this one?
Boy, that's a big call by the touch judge. And we have to have a look if we can catch it in the show replay if we get one. But honestly, that is a big call.
Well, it could be significant. Let's look at this and watch here from... That's the late tackle there. Well, that is a hairline decision.
Marginally late, but didn't do any damage to the game, didn't it? It didn't stop the player carrying on. The ball was in play. It's a big decision.
So the Australian touch judges coming into the game in the last couple of moments. We hope you're enjoying it at Channel 10 in Australia. That's a hell of a contest. So the South Africans can get the lead if they score a try. points denied, 2 tries, and a penalty to 3 penalties. Awkward bouncing ball, well done, Graham Basham. Stephen Basham, Yanamia. I think the South Africans could get this one off him, although the good work's gone in, and it's there. Roux. Johan le Roux. From Rensburg. Williams. Yappy Mulder. Another tackle by Mutz. Williams. Johan le Roux. 15 metres out. South Africa, Mulder, Small, Johan Roux, Van Rensburg, Strauss, drop out 22. Jared Strauss has sportingly, I think, accepted the decision. Let's look at the show replay.
Good call here. Van Rensburg decides to put it behind, but I think it's Bishop, I think, who's taken the dive. And it was a Timo who's gone back and dived in. Just got it fair try, fairly awarded. Keon Strauss just a little late. That may be a vital thing for South Africa. They had to score. They nearly did. Iramia is down.
Fitzpatrick down 2.
The attack on the left side then, I thought they had a chance to clear it, but they did not finish it off. But once again, some magnificent All Black defence. And it looks like, I'm sorry, it was from Ferns. So he's leaving the field and Walter.
John, I think South Africa are finishing a lot better in this half than the All Blacks maybe the training and touring through this country, but they're still looking reasonably fresh. You know, their heads are now up. There's a bit of urgency about their play.
Excellent kick from Stephen Basham. The clearance he's got from his brother today has been superb all game. He's got off the net quickly, and he managed to now punish him. And Graham Basham really showing his skill here today, and it's a very vital part of this game, of keeping it in front of the All Black pack.
Frank Bunce to the sideline. His 20th Test match in a row ends with him leaving the field. But what a terrific number of stops, and Walter Little is on, his North Harbour teammate, for his 25th Test appearance. Basham. Steve Basham.
Good kick from Stephen Basham. Put the pressure on, and the South Africans were scrambling in defence. And this is where the All Blacks must stay now and play the game. They really need another penalty, another try, and that would be the game. But they must stay down in this territory.
Dramatic Test rugby at its best. Live on One World of Sport. Graham Basham again. A superb pickup. It was an outside out jump though. The South African chances in the Test series teetering on the knife edge at the moment. What have they played here? 70 yards out, they had a rumble. Andrews, Atherton, Pienaar. It didn't have a great short edge to that attack. There's the short pop kick from le Roux. Shane Howard, along the enemy. Fitzpatrick, Lawson. goes off, and that's tragic for him. He had the knee injury in Australia last year that ruled him out of Test rugby until today. Joubert back. So 4 minutes left. That's all, and New Zealand can take the series. Le Roux bangs it hard.
Certainly it's been quite a wind change here today, Kent, hasn't it? Because there's just no advantage now. Only very minimal. Le Roux showed then just what the wind does when he kicked it powerfully.
You have that red spot replaced by Joubert.
Sean Fitzpatrick having a little towel there, but like a lawn bowler, wipes the ball before he throws it in. Hot. Nice sit out by Mark Coxley. Zinzan Brook at the back there, he's done superbly well today. And this is going to occupy time. According to us, 2 3/4 minutes left.
John Kirwan on the toes.
Joubert, the brilliant detective. They've got to do it. They've got a chance there. Chance Strauss. Le Roux. Andrews. Knock on. New Zealand's chance here.
No, he's awarded that goal for scrum to South Africa that the All Blacks knocked on. South Africa, I don't know if they've got the ability to have a long-range attack, personally. Just have a look at the formation of their backs. They're very flat.
And this is all occupying time. Richter has it under his feet. This is occupying time too. Richter drives it off. Makes it to the 22. Roux. Strauss. Here they go again. The chase is for James Small. But Howard's going to cover magnificently. Situation, desperate days for the Springboks now. Andrews gets this one. Le Roux, Mulder, Venter, Joubert. Chester Williams, but it's well covered by men in black. Roux, here's a chance. Venter, Mulder, Richter.
Ladies and gentlemen,